once again, adventurers, to Let's Play Robotics Notes Elite. In the last episode, Kaito went to none other than Fujita's granddaughter Junna, on account of she might be able to learn something about the urban legends surrounding Uchigauka Park. And to her credit, a lot of what she said actually did correspond with what Kaito experienced. In particular, the electronic interference of his Pokemon tablet, among other things. Although not all of it was consistent, but then again there are a lot of rumors and bits and pieces circulating around the internet, so that's to be expected. The most important thing, however, is that Kaito isn't the only one who has sighted the strange, mysterious girl that is supposedly been loitering around the park. There have been other eyewitness accounts as well, though like Kaito, they probably only got the barest of a glimpse before she supposedly vanished. And yet, like Kaito, those who actually saw her received the same transmission that he did. Which brings us to here, to this lovely cavern, which supposedly she might be there, she might not be there. Couldn't hurt to check anyway. Sorry, my throat is playing up again. Locals rarely visit Chikura Cavern, but I could have sworn that it was at least a popular tourist destination. Yet, Kaito and Junna are the only ones here. There's a cave you can go inside when the tide is low and everything. You wouldn't want to go in there in high tide. Definitely not a good idea to do that. I came here when I was a kid. I remember getting all hyper over how nice and cool it was. Once upon a time, I myself went cave diving, though that isn't really relevant to the situation now, is it? But still, it was an interesting experience. Maybe there'll be more tourists once summer break kicks off. Yeah, one thing to say about cave diving is, yeah, be careful of keyhole situations. They can be very tricky to navigate. That's my pro tip, by the way. Much more useful than anything that Mitchie can come up with. But on the subject of tourists being around here, I kinda doubt it. The sounds of the crashing waves are all that fill the air of the silent beach, and there's still light out. It's not quite nighttime yet. There aren't any streetlights nearby, so it gets pitch black at night. On a clear day, we might be able to use the stars to make our way around. Plus, since we have our tablet, we can just use the flashlight function. If it has one of those. I don't know if it has one of those, but I would certainly hope so. I wouldn't be surprised if a ghost showed up here. I feel like all the hairs on my body are standing on end, but let's pretend that's because of that's because of the cool sea breeze. Yeah. Pretend. All I can confirm for sure is that I can't hear the buzzing noise. That pertains to a radio frequency that Junna said originated somewhere in Russia. Again, that differs from the electronic sounds that we heard in the out in the park. I take my Pokecom out again and try. Sorry, I'm just butchering this. Try playing Kill Ballad just to see if anything weird happens again, but no. Yeah. Doesn't look like she's broadcasting a transmission, at least for now. I suppose it's not just going to pop up whenever it's convenient for me. On a side note, Jenna did say that the park isn't the only place where the mystery girl has been appearing. She's apparently been seen in multiple spots around Tanegashima Island. Which is why, another reason why we're at the cavern is that it's only one of the many hot spots around where she may or may not be. On the flip side, it'd be a problem if it did show up that easily. Well, if it happens, Kaito. As for Daitoku-san, she's staring at a large black mass on the beach. Sorry, black mass. Mass, whatever. Not that kind of black mass, by the way. The tragic. Sadly not as uncommon as you might think, adventurers. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but it doesn't really pertain to any unnatural phenomenon. At least not as far as the occult and urban legends are concerned. But it is still a terrible thing of beached whales being unable to return to the ocean and thus perishing as a result. Though with that said, 14 whales all beached together simultaneously is a bit unusual. Wait. I think I remember Mother mentioning this a while back. Yeah, I can never get used to the Americanization of the word mum. That's yeah, that's just me. I just can't. Not that that matters. I don't usually watch the local news. Obviously. I just read up on the latest trends in Tokyo once in a while using Twippo, but only because my political econ teacher suggested it, and on that subject, see if there's anything new on Twippo. A ghost, apparently. Kai, where are you? I'm going to get going. Yeah. Kaito hasn't yet told Akio about his little excursion, at least in great detail. I've been going home a lot by myself a lot lately. Yeah, Kaito has pretty much been skipping out on meetings, leaving Akio to deal with Subaru. Normally that answer would make sense, but yeah, given the fact that Kaito hasn't bothered attending Robotics Club meetings, yeah. I feel that's something that Kaito would say, but you know what? Will be nice. Yeah, Masaki did say, I'll check more toward her. Masaki did say that she was going on the 6th. That's tomorrow. Huh. A bit sooner than I thought. It doesn't say what time she'll be there. Oh, it's from Fujita, from Robot Doctor. New parts are in. Hobby Robot Processor HHP0113 by RRR or Triple R Company in Taiwan. It's a new model released in May this year. Hard to find. First come, first served. I am almost tempted to call Fujita Dr. Robotnik, but that's actually it. Also, I didn't want to get out Twipper there. We still have more to see. Nothing else in this to see. So, this will be everything. The mail and nothing on the internet. Yeah. Megalith Sensei, their nickname, said it would be useful for entrance exams, but I only really do it when I remember to. The hell is Megalith Sensei? Just then I sensed that something's off. You notice, Kaito. Sand around here always this red? Could be the light of the setting sun. It also could be whale blood. Is it the whale's blood? Could very well be.
クジラさんのことだけじゃなくてね、最近この島で変なこと結構起きてるんだよ。
What kind of weird stuff, Junna?
耳鳴りとか幽霊の噂とかだけじゃないの。
A lot of strange things apparently happening on the island as of late.
具体的には？
一番目立つのは動物の大量死だと思う。
It's not just the whales that are perishing. Other animals as well.
今年に入ってからだけでもね、結構起きてるの。例えば
We have no idea what could be causing.
大量の鳥さんの死骸が空から降ってきたっていう話覚えてない？
Even the birds are dying. What the hell is happening here?
どうだったかな。
First I've heard of it.
島でも結構騒がれたんだよ。3月くらいに。
2 months ago.
何千羽っていう数の鳥さんがね、一斉に降ってきたんだから。
Thousands of birds dying simultaneously. Even by my standards, that's beyond bizarre.
空港がそのせいで一時的に使えなくなっちゃったんだよ。
That also begs the question, how the hell did the authorities deal with all those dead birds? Dad never told me anything about that.
住宅地じゃなかったのは幸いだったかな。 人に直撃したりはなかったから。一応画像もあるけど見る？
If I'm being honest, not really, but I guess.
じゃあパス。
Good call, Kaito. Good call. She looks faint-hearted, but is Daitoku-san the type who's totally fine seeing nasty stuff like that? Given her current disposition there, Kaito, I would definitely say not. He's not the type of person, yeah. Those poor birds.
鳥以外でも大量死ってあったわけ？
That would be, that would go under the category of other animals.
ミミズさんが何千匹って数で干からびた状態で死んでたり。
Thousands of earthworms dried up. There could be a number of ecological explanations. I should say, correct myself there. But in tandem with the birds and whales, this is definitely outside the realm of straightforward
前
explanations.
日に雨が降ってたわけじゃないの。だから宮田先生はありえないって言ってた。
Well, if it rained, well, if it was raining incredibly hard, they might have drowned, maybe. Although I'm not entirely sure about that one. But if the ground was completely dry, completely barren of any sort of moisture whatsoever, what could cause thousands of earthworms to die like that? Miyado Sensei is our school's biology teacher. I'm wondering if this is the Megalith Sensei that Kaito was just
そ
referring
れと
to.
もっとありえなかったのはカエルさんかな。
Not even the frogs were spared. Now, I have, in the past, I have exhibited my contempt and disdain for the mascot Giro Froggy, but real frogs, on the other hand, they're alright.
数百匹のカエルさんがね、その体が破裂した状態で死んでたのが見つかって。
Okay, I think we can definitely file that under bizarre and unusual circumstances.
体が破裂？何それ？
Exactly what do you think it means, Kaito?
そのままの意味なの。本当にお腹が破裂してて、結構悲惨な状態だったんだって。匂いとか。
Yeah, all these animal deaths happening in conjunction with each other is definitely, definitely beyond the pale.
それも今年のこと？
うん、そう。
So they all happened recently.
あとはクジラさんの大量自殺。
Now again, whale suicide deaths aren't as uncommon as you might think. But in these circumstances, in this context, it's a whole different story. I once again glanced at the carcass on the beach, which is probably, whatever it is that's over there by the cave. If I were any closer, I'm sure it'd smell rotten. That's usually how, corpses go, Kaito.
クジラさんだけじゃなくてね、イルカさんも結構自殺してるの。
Whales are one thing, but dolphins? Yeah, this has gone beyond the point of
越前
strange.
クラゲさんもいつもの年以上に大量発生してて。
Nomura's jellyfish, eh? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that that's not referring to Tetsuya Nomura. At least I hope. I shouldn't think so. Nomura's jellyfish. A giant jellyfish that can reach a maximum diameter of 2 meters and a maximum weight of 150 kilograms. In recent years, they've had a huge outbreak in the East China Sea, which is causing serious damage to fisheries. There are a number of theories regarding the origin of the outbreaks, but since research has only just begun, a definite answer is yet to be found. Yeah, jellyfish along with stingrays, pretty much to be avoided at all costs. Yeah, they can be quite painful
しかもね、
if you're stuck.
これまでなら北海道の方まで流れていくのが普通だったのに、今年はすぐに死んじゃって奄美とか沖縄に流れ着いてるって。
So in addition to the electrical phenomenon and the interference, land, air and sea creatures have all pretty much been dying in horrific and unusual ways. Huh, then I guess there really are strange things happening on the across the island. I haven't been paying any attention to this stuff. Yeah, that's because you've been burying your nose in kill ballot half the time there, Kaito.
でもさ、ここまで説明してくれたことって科学的に説明できそうじゃない？
Pretty sure that there is. But whether it's a natural or unnatural scientific explanation, you know what, scratch that. My money's on the latter. There is no way that these phenomena could all be happening naturally.
どうかな。仮説とかはあるみたいだけど、はっきりした原因は学者の先生にもよくわからないってネットに書いてあったよ。
Nobody's been able to pinpoint what's behind it.
でもあんまり都市伝説って感じしないんだよね。
Or maybe I still don't get where the line is drawn. Well, it has nothing to do with poltergeists and specters, Kaito.
例えば
Don't know that much.
動物の大量死以外で何かある？
Daitoku-san looks out toward the horizon, lost in thought. After hearing all that, I wonder if it's safe to actually go inside Chikura Cave.
アッポーランド。
Apoland, huh? What is this Apoland? A small park with various attractions that opened in 1996 in Nishunomote, Tanegashima. It once featured a large grass field, play structures, a go-kart track, and a miniature golf course. However, due to a lack of visitors, most of it is closed down, or been closed down and subsequently abandoned. Adjacent to Apo Land is the Sayoko Dam, as well as a small ranch. Wonder if that's abandoned as well. Or maybe not. So it's not just Uchugaka Park, which has been abandoned.
あそこのダム湖がね、2月くらいに急に水の色が変わって蛍光色になったんだって。
That could be due to some sort of chemical, but then who would put chemicals of that kind into the water?
一度だけじゃなくて3回くらいあったみたい。あ、画像もあるよ。ニュースで取り上げられてて。
Well, those we can look at.
これならその気持ち悪くないからヤシオくんでも見られるよ。
Don't think it will hurt, Kaito. Daitoko-san excitedly takes out a Pokecom and starts operating it. Let's see it.
ほら、こんな感じ。
It's not as if the entire area of water has gone fluorescent, just this area here, which is very specific. The image displayed on the screen indeed shows the lake fluorescently colored, though the pattern definitely suggests man-made involvement.
これ小学生の頃に習ったような気がする。理科だったかな。赤潮でしょ、または妨害。
If that were the case, you would think it would reach a wider area there, Kaito. At least that's my thinking on it. Red tide. A reddish discoloration on the surface of water caused by an unusual increase in plankton. This causes the oxygen level in the water to decrease, which can cause severe harm to sea life. Of course, if the plankton are dying as well, then you would think that that wouldn't happen. Pollution. A blanket term referring to when companies or other entities produce pollutants that cause damage to the environment or serious harm to the health of the general public. Examples include noise pollution, air pollution, water pollution, etc. But again, the area is too concentrated for it to be, yeah.
赤潮って海で発生するものじゃ？ダム湖だとあんまり見ないっていうか。
Yeah, that water is contained.
あと、アッポーランド近くに参拝施設とかはなかったんだって。
What exactly caused the water to do that?
だから環境汚染とかそういうのでもないみたい。
And yet something happened.
いつも2時間くらいですぐ消えちゃうから調査もできなかったって。
So it would dissipate in 2 hours.
それでお魚さんはみんな死んじゃった。
I see.
これも JAXA の極秘実験なんじゃないかって噂されてる。
Why is JAXA's name coming up?
いや、それはないでしょう。 いくら TNSC が島にあるからって結びつけるのは強引すぎるよ。
An unrealistic conspiracy theory. Well, in any event, Kaito, something has happened. Though, yeah, I do kind of share your skepticism on this one. JAXA, by all accounts, just seems to be involved in space and rocketry. Wouldn't think they'd be involved in something like this.
それもやっぱり環境問題じゃないの？
I would definitely say it's an environmental issue, right?
そういえば前にニュースでやってたけど、今年の冬はロシアは真夏みたいな暑さだったらしいじゃない。異常気象は世界規模で起きてるわけで。
Yeah, indeed.
うん、そうだね。
Yeah, but that alone, devastating as it is, wouldn't explain all this.
アメリカ西海岸は今夏なのに雪が降ってるみたいだし。
Snowing in the summer. Who'd have thunk?
ナスカの地上絵も一部が雨で消えちゃったし。
Ah, the Nazca lines. I've heard about these. I've never actually seen them myself. Gigantic carvings drawn on a dry plateau near the Nazca River in Peru. The images are estimated to have been carved around 2,000 years ago. It is a mystery how they were able to accurately carve images over 100 kilometers long in an age with no airplanes. The Nazca lines were registered as a World Heritage Site in 1994. Some of them got washed away. I definitely remember seeing that one on the news. It's such an important historical site to be devastated in that fashion. Oh dear.
こんな異常気象はね、2012年とか2015年と似てて。
何か関係が？
わからないけど。
どうも都市伝説っぽさが足りないな。
You may have a point, Kaito, but it isn't something that should be discarded so lightly.
ごめんなさい。
別に謝ることじゃないけど、もっと都市伝説っぽいやつちょうだいよ。
You know what? I think we should put urban legends on the back burner,
ぽい
Kaito.
やつ。ぽいやつ。
I'm pretty sure that whatever it is we've encountered is no mere urban legend. Daitoku-san presses both index fingers against her temples and starts mumbling to herself. Has she exhausted her supply? Well, there's only so much that can be explained.
そうだ。
Or not explained.
アネモネ号っていうフェリーで起きた事件知ってる？
The one thing that Kaito... Yeah, the one thing that Kaito wouldn't have been expecting from Junna's lips, and the last thing that he would have wanted to hear. He knows, Junna. He knows. So, you're really gonna do this, huh? Well, I think it's past time we actually started learning something about what was going on then. I click my tongue softly so Daitoko-san doesn't notice. I suppose if someone's an urban legend maniac, it would make sense for them to be interested in that still unexplained incident. An unexplained incident that somehow involves Kaito and Akio.
アネモネ号集団失神事件って言うんだけどね、乗員乗客がみんな一斉に気を失って。
ああ、うん。よく知ってるよ。
I cut her off and she looks at me with a surprised expression on her face.
怒ってる？
I shrug a little. Not so much angry as mildly upset.
今日はありがとう。いろいろと参考になったよ。
あ、どういたしまして。
I take it we're not going to enter the cavern after all. It is starting to get dark. Daitoko-san clearly wants to say something, but she stays quiet. Appreciating you picking up that I don't want to talk anymore. I take a bottle of fruit sour melon out of the convenience store bag I'm holding. You can't avoid the MF Amone for long, Kaito. Sooner or later you're going to have to face what's happened. And to try and understand what happened. I bought it from the shop at the entrance of the beach. How do they stay in business in a place with so few visitors? You'd be surprised at how well a business can do, Kaito.
はい、これは今日付き合ってくれた俺。
I tossed the bottle of fruit sour strawberry I also bought to Daitoko-san. Daitoko-san tries to catch it, but ends up dropping it on the ground. It's covered in sand.
ああ、下手くそだね。交換する？
Well, as long as the lid's still on, it should be fine.
砂払えば大丈夫。いただきます。
The two of us sit down on the hot sand and take a breather. Yeah, that was quite a lot to take in there. The sea breeze makes my skin feel sticky. It's irritating. The horizon slowly gets dyed indigo blue. Sunset is getting close. Yeah, we should probably leave. And seems like Junna is enjoying her drink. Daitoko-san is sucking as hard as she can on the straw. She really does look like a little boy. If nothing else, she certainly doesn't look like a classmate my age.
テストどうだった？
全然ダメ。
Looks like we're all in the same boat.
私直前に空手の大会あったからちっとも勉強してなくて。
Ouch.
赤点一つ取っちゃった。
一つで済んだならまだいい方だって。
Maybe. Things were a disaster for me and Akio. I've never had to take supplementary exams for 5 subjects before.
空手の大会ってインターハイ？
違うよ。インターハイなんて出られるわけないよ。国体の一次予選。
どうだった？
Daitoku-san's smile looks forced, like she's about to cry.
終わったよ。
So she's not gonna make it to the nationals after.
結果は
If you get decent results in a tourney like that, our school is accustomed where the VP holds an assembly to praise you. I wouldn't count on any praise from Usui though. That said, the Robotics Club's Robo 1 performance got completely ignored. Typical. But back to Daitoku-san. I don't remember any assemblies like that for her, which means...
いつもと同じ初戦敗退。
Yeah. Once again, she's got the techniques down, but yeah, technique alone doesn't always carry the day.
一次予選の初戦敗退ってことはもしかして大徳さんって弱い？
もしかしなくても弱いよ。何しろ全く全然勝負にならなかったから。
Well, the only thing I can say is that as long as you put your heart and effort into it, that's all that matters.
3年間ずっとそうで全然成長してなくて、もうどうしようもないくらい弱々だったな。
She's been trying for 2 years. She forces out a smile. Her voice sounds like it's trembling a little, so this must be painful for her to have met.
もう3年の夏だから引退でしょ？
そうだよ。
Well, might as well put it behind you.
これからどうするの？大学とか行く予定？
一応。でも進学してももう空手はやらないかも。私弱いし。
I was going to say that you could still practice it as a hobby, if nothing else, but you have
これ
to
からは
have
うちの道場でたまに趣味でやるくらいじゃないかな。
Or maybe so. Oh right, the family runs a karate dojo.
寂しそうだね。
Looks like he's not wrong. Daitoku-san flashes me a surprised look before turning her gaze to the edge of the water.
そうかも。やっぱり物心ついた頃からやってきたから。
But she's only really been doing the basics, nothing advanced.
その心にぽっかり穴が開いたような気分っていうか。あ、でもね、今日はヤシオくんと都市伝説のお話ができてちょっと結構気分転換になったよ。
Thank you.
誘ってくれてありがとう。
Daitoku-san smiles brightly at me, then turns her attention back to sipping her drink. Well, at least she's happy. After all struck by a brilliant idea. A way to further enhance my comfortable gaming life.
じゃあ暇なんだね。
暇じゃないよ。これから受験勉強しなきゃいけないし。
受験勉強。
Yeah, that's a thing, Kaito. Thanks a lot for dragging me back to reality. It doesn't take me long for me to brush that aside yet again. I'm quick when it comes to changing gears after all.
大徳さんさ、ロボ部に入れば？
Well, at least he was direct about it instead of dancing around the subject.
ロボ部は慢性的に人手不足だからね。部員は一人でも多い方がはかどるわけよ。
Never mind the fact that you would basically be filling in for Kaito. It'd progress things, plus it would reduce the chances of Akio making me help out. In retrospect, that's a pretty backward way of thinking, isn't it? Ahaha. Yeah. Of course you never actually said that out loud, would you, Kaito? No, of course not. And I'm pretty sure that Junna doesn't know the first thing about robots in the slightest. Daitoku-san looks perplexed. Not that I blame her. Also the fact that Junna's friends, quote-unquote, don't really have a favorable opinion of Akio.
私、3年生だけど。
俺もアキちゃんも3年だよ。
そうだけど、どうして私なの？
It's a very good question, right?
暇そうだから。
That's not a very compelling reason there, Kaito.
暇じゃないよ。それにロボットのこと詳しくないし。
I thought as much.
俺も全く詳しくないけど、2年間続けてるよ。
Well, that's the first honest thing you said all day.
そうなの？
そう。だから気負う必要は全然なし。
Daitoku-san nods her head.
でも、私、ロボットさんって苦手で。
What's that supposed to mean? How can you be bad with robots? I think it means that she doesn't have the gift that her grandfather does, Kaito. And she's probably saying that to be polite. She's trying to refuse but ended up with a bizarre excuse. Or maybe she just is completely untalented when it comes to robotics. Just saying. Also, forgive me if my voice is sounding a bit strained at this point.
それって要するに、ロボ部とはお近づきになりたくないって意思表示かな。
That wasn't the implication that I was getting there, Kaito.
違うよ。本当に苦手なの。
そんなのあんまり聞かないな。
It's not really that surprising.
ヤシオくんって、藤田のおじいちゃんのことは知ってる？
Yes, we know the robot doctor.
知ってるよ。親戚なんでしょ？
うん、そう。この前、瀬宮さんには言ったんだけど、私、藤田のおじいちゃんのこと苦手なの。
Yeah, we know that she's intimidated by Fujita, but we've never actually seen his reaction on the matter.
それで藤田のおじいちゃんが苦手なのとロボットさんが苦手なのは私の中ではセットになってるっていうか。
セット？まさかドクってロボットだったりするの？
Now that would be a plot twist. Just forget it. Daitoku-san stares blankly at me after my attempted joke. Meh, I thought it was funny. Could very well even be a cyborg, maybe.
ああ、なんでもないよ、続けて。
Yeah, we're kind of getting on topic.
うん。で、私が小学校に入る前ぐらいの時期かな。おじいちゃんは、藤田のおじいちゃんじゃなくて、大徳の方のおじいちゃんなんだけど、おじいちゃんに連れられて、よくあのお店へ遊びに行ってたの。でね、ある日、私は一人でロボクリニックの探検を始めて、そしたら倉庫みたいなところに迷い込んで。
This is the point where Akio would get all fired up and yell, "You mean a secret base or something?"
それで
Or something.
つまり見ちゃったの。
Them. Like a ghost?
たくさんのロボットさん。
Or he's not a robot doctor for nothing.
大人と同じくらいの背のロボットさんがね、狭い倉庫の中にたくさん並んで立ってて。
Some people might find this unnerving.
たくさん？ロボクリニックにそんな等身大ロボなんて置いてあったかな？
That's probably because you were only in the maintenance part of the store.
それは売り物じゃなくてね、藤田のおじいちゃんのコレクションみたいなものなんだって後で聞いたよ。
Well, it wouldn't be much of a robot clinic if he didn't have a bunch of operating robots.
奥の倉庫にひっそりとしまってあるみたい。
As robots are definitely Fujita's pride and joy, I would say. I've never been back there before. Even a regular like Akio probably hasn't. He probably doesn't let people in on account that people might start tinkering with them, in which case he would have every reason to be upset. But at the very least, you would have thought that somebody as proud as Fujita would ultimately showcase his own collection.
子
Someone
供
at
心に
least.
それは結構怖い光景で。
The glowing eyes in the darkness.
今でも夢に見るくらい。
Well, I'm pretty sure that they were otherwise inoperative. If they were moving, it'd be a very different story. I bet. Sounds like some real trauma.
なんていうのかな、すごく古臭いデザインのロボットさんでね。
Real antiquated ones at
Kaito.
that.
ほとんどの人は愛嬌のある顔だって言うんだろうけど、私は怖かったの。
Just be grateful that they weren't Cybermen or Daleks for that
どれ
matter.
も無表情で無機質で顔なんだけど顔じゃない何かに思えて。
Well, that's normally how robots
そ
are.
れで私その時パニクっちゃって
But she was just a young kid at the
あ
time,
んま
so
り記憶にはないんだけどそのロボットさんの一人を壊しちゃったの
you didn't mean to, but I can see where this is going.
それで藤田のおじいちゃんにものすごく怒られてそれ以来あのお店には行かなくなっちゃっただから私その藤田のおじいちゃんとは今でもまともに話せないしロボットさんのこともちょっと怖くて
Well, this is a bit of a pickle, isn't it? Guess that means that Junna is enjoying the Robotics Club.
そんなわけなので
Oh well. Kaito-san starts squirming again. She looks like she sincerely wants to turn down my invitation. I can tell she's not that good at standing up for herself.
それってさ、等身大ロボの話でしょ？巨大ロボとかおもちゃみたいな小さいロボはどうなの？
Kaito-san thinks it over.
どうかな普段あんまりロボットさんのことを見る機会なんてないから
Thanks to that childhood experience, she avoids them completely.
でしょ？もしかしたら案外平気かもしれないよ。
I'm not too sure about that.
一度でいいから部室に顔出してみてよ。きっとアキちゃんが喜ぶ。
あ、うん考えとくね
She's putting on a brave face there.
誘ってくれたことはありがとう
I definitely didn't do anything worth being thanked for. This was all for my own sake. After making sure Daitoko-san couldn't see me, I made a slightly sinister grin stretch on my face. That's not creepy at all, Kaito. Space Candy Co. Limited. 2:16 p.m. The company is located in the heart of Nishinome Mote-shi, Tanegashima's most prosperous locale. Yeah, I can only surmise that this is the company that Michi's relative owns. That is going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Robotics Notes Elite, and when we return, let's see if we can make a good first impression, hey Akio? As always, adventurers, until next we meet.